have a request. I have a request to do Clem Kaddlehoffer. Clem. Clem said, well, howdy doody. Yes, sir. Well, it's good to see you folks again. Since I saw you last, I got married. I had a military wedding. Well, there were guns there, let's put it that way. I married this girl. She's a nice wife, but she's very superstitious. Superstitious as can be, you know. Like she won't clean the house any week that has Friday in it. She likes to hunt, you know. She's a hunter. And I don't know anything about hunting. I worked on a farm all my life and had to work. I never had a chance to go hunting. She said to me, we're going to go hunting, see? And she says, we'll take this bird dog. Well, she got a rookin' on that thing, I'll tell you that. That's no more bird dog. He fell out of the tree. I put him up there 3 times. Anyhow, she said to me, we'll go hunting. She said, now here. And she gave me a whole handful of bullets and about 14 dogs, see? I come back about an hour later and she says, you out of bullets? I said, I'm out of dogs. And she gave me this great big flea breeder, I'll tell you, I've never seen. And then she says he's a pointer setter. He sits and points at the ice box. Anyhow, she said, he'll show you how to hunt. So I come back. He said, how'd you make out? I said, that's the stupidest dog I ever saw in my life. I said, he would take a few steps and he'd stop and raise his front paw and stare into space. Well, a couple of good boots took that out of him, boy. Me, I like to fish. I went fishing the other day. You won't believe it. I caught a fish. He was about that far from the bank. That's good. I have a request now to do a verbomime. A verbomime, there are different things. The mime is when the artist comes out and uses no props whatsoever. A pantomime is like with Charlie Chaplin or someone who uses props but yet doesn't speak. Charlie Chaplin actually was a silent picture star more than a pantomimist. Then we have a verbomime. A verbomime is when you talk and do things at the same time. For instance, W.C. Fields and Ed Wynn, they were great verbomimes. And I'd like to do one for you now. It's a thing that I did years ago on how to dunk donuts. Now, to start off with, to dunk donuts, you need a napkin. So... They're going to be in trouble at that Swayback Hotel when we... Here, I may just well put this over. So you take one that's big enough that you don't have to worry about getting anything on you, see? Now, the next thing you must have is coffee. Now, coffee should be at a certain temperature when used for dunking. If it's too hot, the donut will become sahagi before you can eat it. So how do you cool it? It's bad manners to blow into a cup. So you use the index finger as a thermometer. Now that's too hot for dunking, but how do you cool it? You pour it into the saucer. Now you still can't blow because if you blow too hard now, the guy sitting across the table from you will get it right in the puss. See? So you take your hat and you fan it like that. Now, we have different people and the way they dunk. First, we have a cross-eyed man. He sets 1 foot from the table like this, and he's allowed 2 cups of coffee. While other people are dunking, he dunks this way. Next we have a... Pardon me while I rinse that baby down. This coffee, where'd you get it? Ring out of a mop? I like weak coffee, but that stuff's helpless, you know. Hey, you know why I like to do this bit? You see this coffee here, right on the nose of that thing? I get a big kick out of that. You know why? I know it can't go. Next, we have a debutante dunking. Now, you know what a debutante is. That's an old maid who overdid it. Now, they use a little more finesse with a knife and fork, and they dunk this way. I think it'd be a good idea the first 3 rows move back. Now, next we have the sneaker. Now, a sneaker is the lowest type of all dunkers. They sit around with a cup of coffee like this, and when no one's looking, they dunk. Then when someone is looking, the dirty sneaks, they dunk this way. Oh, my, look what I've done. Now we come to the art of dunking. Notice how I hold the little fellow. With the index finger and the thumb. The pinky should always be out. That's in case you slip, you won't go to your elbow. You know, after tonight, I'll never look another one of these things in the face. And if you knew how many times we rehearsed this today, it'd be fun. I don't know, they get bigger every time I do it. Bigger and heavier, you know. That thing weighs a ton, you know. Are you getting tired? Okay. Here, you want to get what? Welcome to Marineland. Oh, boy. Do they want to take this stuff off now, please? No. One guy could do it. I'd like to take you now to a little Greek restaurant and show you the fella who makes the salads for the $2 dinners. And also show you why they keep the lights down low in little Greek restaurants. What's that, dear heart? Oh, you want to see little boy? Dead down. He said, I don't know why it is. All the time I getting smacked. For no reason at all. I'm always getting smacked. Like last night, my mommy says, go to bed, the Sandman's coming. I said, give me $1, I won't tell Pop. He's walking down the street one day and he says, pardon me, sir, is you a preacher? Yes, I'm a preacher. Could I ask you a question? Why, certainly, little boy. What is it? Is it true that we came from dust? Yes, we came from dust. And when we pass on, does we go back to dust again? We came from dust and we go back to dust. Why do you ask? Would you mind coming up to our house and look under the bed? Because somebody's either coming or going. That darn lining. This week's special at Kmart. Boy, look at my skin leaking. I just got out here. Really something in it tonight? Oh, that helps a little. Now, I like things that actually happen, things that really happen. I'm standing on the corner the other day, and a funeral goes by. And I said to the little guy next to me, gee, I wonder who's dead. He said, I think it's the guy in the first car, you know. Things like that happen to me all the time. I'm on a crowded elevator. And a lady gets off in front of me. She turns around and smacks me right in the mouth. And I turn to the other guest, and I said, I thought she was rather rude. And a little kid in front of me says, I thought so, too. That's why I pinched her. But I'm out at the airport. And in Ontario, see? And they're filling this plane with this gasohol. And this one guy says to his buddy, he says, I wonder what this stuff would do to you if you drank some of it. He says, I don't know. Go get some paper cups and we'll try it. So they take these things up. They have a few slugs of this stuff. The next morning, this one guy calls his friend. He says, how do you feel? He says, oh, I'm all right. He says, any ill effects from that gasohol? He says, no. He says, did you burp? He says, no. He says, well, don't. I'm in Chicago. I'm going to do a little pantomime for you now. The Budapest players, I think, have the greatest technique in mimes. They take tragedy and show you the humor that lies within all tragedy. And this is called The Birth, Life, and Death of a Flower in a Storm. would like to say I do thank each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, because I've missed you every Tuesday night, really and truly, for the last 10 years. I would like to thank each and every one of you, and I sincerely hope that I haven't said or done anything to offend anyone. If I did, I really didn't mean to. And I hope that you had as much fun as we've had, because it's a lot of fun to try and make people laugh. Because regardless of what your heartache might have been, while laughing for a few seconds, you've forgotten about it. And I personally believe that each and every one of us was put here for a purpose. And that's to build and not to destroy. And if by chance someday you're not feeling well, and you should remember some silly little thing that I've said or done, and it brings back a smile to your face or a chuckle to your heart, then my purpose as your clown has been fulfilled. Thank you very much. Good night, and may God bless. The time has come to say good night. My, how time does fly. We've had a laugh, perhaps